Number 12. The anchoring effect. You walk into a car dealership. They slap a ridiculously high price tag on the sedan. $50,000. Your brain instantly locks onto that number. It feels heavy, like the ceiling is too low. Then, they offer you a deal. $42,000. Suddenly, 42 feels like a victory, a massive win. But you never discussed the actual value. You only discussed the starting point. Anchoring hijacks your internal calculator before you even sit down. Next time you negotiate, don't respond to the first number. Instead, ask based on what data are you arriving at that figure. Force them to justify the anchor or immediately present your own, lower anchor. Number 11. Cognitive dissonance. You just spent 3 hours building a terrible IKEA bookshelf. It wobbles, the instructions made no sense. You feel stupid. Your brain hates that feeling. It hates the conflict between I am smart and I built garbage. So, your brain lies to protect itself. You tell your friend, it's rustic, it has character. You defend the bookshelf fiercely. People will defend decisions they regret, just to prove they weren't wrong in the first place. This is leverage. If you want someone to commit to a big change, get them to commit to a tiny, almost embarrassing first step. They will justify the tiny action by taking the massive one next. Number 10. Reciprocity. A colleague brings you coffee. Unsolicited. Just a simple black coffee the way you like it. You feel a subtle, almost invisible debt. Later, they ask you to cover their shift. You say yes, immediately. You didn't even check your schedule. It's not about the coffee's cost. It's about the social contract being triggered. A favor demands repayment. The key is making the initial gift seem genuine, small, and personalized. Not a bribe, a gesture. If you need a favor, offer something small first. Something that costs you little but means something to them. A piece of genuine, unsolicited advice. A small introduction. Watch how quickly the balance shifts. Number 9. Social proof. You are scrolling through Netflix, you see a show with 100 reviews, you scroll past. Then you see the same show, but it has 80,000 ratings and a 98% match. You click it instantly. Why? Because your survival instinct trusts the crowd. If everyone else is doing it, it must be safe. It must be good. This applies to testimonials, crowded restaurants, and even political opinion. We outsource our decision-making to perceived popularity. If you are selling anything, or trying to convince a group, never lead with your own claims. Lead with the numbers of people who already bought in. Point to the activity. Show the line forming outside the door. Moving on, the next few techniques are less subtle. They move into the territory of mental manipulation. Number 8. Scarcity, the fear of missing out. This is the alarm bell in your brain. Limited time offer, only 3 left in stock. This sale ends at midnight. Your rational mind knows you don't need the item, but the thought of that specific opportunity vanishing, that triggers a panic response. Loss aversion is twice as powerful as the desire for gain. You chase the vanishing thing, not the thing itself. To combat this, when you see scarcity tactics, pause. Ask yourself, if this item were available forever at this price, would I still buy it today? If the answer is no, walk away. The only true scarcity is time. Number 7. Authority bias. A doctor in a white coat tells you to take a specific supplement. You buy it, even if the supplement is snake oil. We are wired to obey perceived authority. Uniforms, titles, expensive suits, even subtle cues like a diploma on the wall. They signal expertise, even when that expertise is irrelevant to the subject at hand. The man selling you insurance is wearing a tie. He sounds confident. You trust his complex financial plan instantly. When someone tries to impress you with credentials, look past the uniform. Ask, what is the underlying evidence for this specific claim? Don't accept the title as the proof. Number 6. Commitment and consistency. This is insidious because it starts with you. You make a small promise. You tell a friend you are quitting sugar. You post it online. Now, you are trapped. Not by them, by your own stated identity. You must act consistent with the person you told them you were. If you fail to uphold that small promise, you feel like a hypocrite. That feeling of internal contradiction is unbearable. If you want to build a new habit, don't aim for the final goal. Aim for the smallest public declaration possible. Tell 3 people you are going to start that project. The need to look consistent will drag you forward. Before we hit the top 5, understand this. These techniques are amplified when you are tired or stressed. That's when your critical filters drop. Number 5. The foot in the door technique. This is the slow, almost invisible creep of compliance. You are asked to sign a petition for a local cause. You sign it. Easy. A week later, they ask you to put a huge, ugly sign in your front yard, supporting that same cause. You are far more likely to agree now. Your brain has already categorized you as a person who cares about this cause because of the signature. Refusing the sign now creates dissonance with your established identity. If you are trying to sell something expensive, never start that. Start with a free consultation, a trial membership, or a low-cost entry product. Once they are in, scaling up becomes psychologically easier for them. Number 4. Framing. You see 2 labels on meat at the grocery store. Label A says 90% lean. Label B says contains 10% fat. They are identical products, but you buy label A every single time. Framing dictates perception. We react to how information is presented, not the raw data itself. We are loss-averse, so we prefer the gain frame 90% lean over the loss frame 10% fat. When presenting an idea, never lead with the cost or the risk. Lead with the benefit and frame the cost as an investment or a necessary trade-off for that gain. Always frame the alternative as the true loss. Number 3. The contrast principle. This is how salespeople empty your wallet fast. You spend an hour test driving a $70,000 luxury SUV. You feel the leather, you love the power, it feels right. Then, the finance manager slides over a $3,000 extended warranty package. It seems negligible, almost free. You sign it without thinking. Compared to the $70,000 decision, $3,000 feels like pocket change. The contrast makes the smaller item seem insignificant. When making a big decision, isolate it. Don't compare the big purchase to the small add-on. Compare the big purchase to doing nothing. If you are buying a house, ignore the cost of the new curtains until after the mortgage is signed. Number 2. Ingratiation and liking. We are profoundly more likely to be persuaded by people we like. It's that simple. This isn't about being fake. It's about manufacturing genuine connection points. People who mirror your posture, compliment your taste in music, or find common ground quickly. They unlock your trust pathways. You feel warmer toward them. Your internal defense mechanisms drop. You want to please them. The actionable step here is simple. Find one's genuine, non-superficial point of agreement in the first 5 minutes of any interaction. It could be shared frustration over traffic, or a mutual appreciation for a niche hobby. Use that connection point. People say yes to friends, not to strangers. And now, we arrive at the apex. The technique that underpins almost every successful manipulation in modern life. It is the ultimate psychological shortcut. Number 1. Emotional hijacking via narrative. Facts tell, but stories sell. Your brain processes data logically, but it acts based on feeling. When you hear a dry statistic, 1 in 10 people suffer from X, it's forgettable. But when you hear the story of Sarah, who lost everything because of X, and you feel her panic, that's when the compliance switch flips. Narratives bypass the critical thinking center. They flood the system with empathy, fear, or aspiration. You are not agreeing with the logic, you are agreeing with the feeling the story generated in you. This is how successful advertising works. This is how cults recruit. They don't present a spreadsheet. They present a future that feels inevitable and emotionally resonant. When you are trying to persuade someone, stop listing features. Stop showing data sheets. Paint a vivid picture of the world after they agree with you. What does their life look like? What problem is gone? What status have they achieved? Make the emotion of the outcome more real than the logic of the action. We have covered 12 ways the world tries to influence your decisions, from the subtle anchor of a price tag to the overwhelming force of a well-told story. The defense against manipulation isn't cynicism, it's awareness. It's recognizing the levers being pulled every time you feel a strong, immediate impulse, a sudden urge to buy, agree, or commit. Pause. Ask yourself which of these 12 mechanics is being triggered right now. Is it fear of missing out? Is it the need to be consistent? Once you see the wire, you can cut the connection. You take back the control of your own choices. That is the true power in understanding influence. If you want to master similar topics, how to optimize your biology, how to build strategic wealth, or how to navigate complex social dynamics, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like that.